Hello and welcome to In Focus program. Today's topic of discussion is US returns to UNESCO. Points of discussion will be background of the news, what made the USA leave UNESCO, issue between Palestine and Israel, USA's move to join UNESCO again, the USA's earlier withdrawal from the UN and practice questions. First of all, moving on to the background of the news. It was announced by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, that the USA will rejoin it. The return of the US, once the agency's biggest funder, is expected to face a vote by its 193 member states next month, according to a UNESCO diplomat. UNESCO is the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It contributes to peace and security by promoting international cooperation in education, sciences, culture, communication and information. It is also tasked with preserving the heritage sites all over the world. UNESCO's programs contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. Now let's understand what made the US leave UNESCO. The United States was a founding member of UNESCO in 1945. In 2011, UNESCO inculcated Palestine as a member. This step irked both US and Israel. USA does not recognize Palestine as a sovereign state and included it in as a non-member observer state over Israel's objections in 2012. Palestine could participate in the General Assembly but without any voting rights. Nimrod Barkan, Israel's ambassador to UNESCO in 2013, told the Associated Press that his country supported the United States' decision to stop its funding, saying it was objecting to the politicization of UNESCO or any international organization, with the exception of a non-existing country like Palestine. US alleged that UNESCO's decision to inculcate Palestine was biased against Israel. Issue between Palestine and Israel. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has its roots in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Israeli Jews and Palestinian Arabs both want the same land, and a compromise has proven difficult to find. A war known as Six-Day War was fought between Israel and Arab forces in 1967. The Palestinians claim the West Bank, East Jerusalem and Gaza Strip, the territories captured by Israel in the 1967 war, for forming an independent state. The two territories are home to large Palestinian populations. Today, the West Bank is nominally controlled by the Palestinian Authority and is under Israeli occupation. Now let's discuss about USA's move to join UNESCO again. The return move of USA to UNESCO has a Chinese connection to it. China is filling the gap left by Washington in UNESCO policy making, notably in setting standards for artificial intelligence and technology education around the world. The US Deputy Secretary of State for Management and Resources, Richard Verma, submitted a letter last week to the UNESCO Director General, Audrey Azoulay, formalizing the plan to rejoin. There is a Cold War situation-like situation between the USA and China. China is growing its global presence rapidly. By rejoining UNESCO, USA wants to compete with China in the digital space. On the other hand, China has released the statement that the return of the US this time means it acknowledges the mission and the goals of the organization. The USA's earlier withdrawal from the UN. Earlier in 1984, the USA withdrew from the agency, alleging that it is very biased towards the interest of the Soviet Union. USA rejoined in 2003 under the presidency of George W. Bush to fulfill its commitment towards human dignity. USA stopped paying its dues in 2011 when Palestine was made a member and finally exited the agency in 2019. Now it's time for the practice questions. First of all, prelims-based question. Consider the following statements about UNESCO, that is United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. 1. It is a specialized agency of the United Nations based in NYC. 2. UNESCO implements its activities through the 5 program areas: education, natural sciences, social and human sciences, culture and communication and information. 3. It also designates Biosphere Reserves Program on Man and the Biosphere. Which of the following statements is or are incorrect? 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, 3 only or 1 only. And now mains question. Discuss the implication of ongoing power struggle between China and USA on the politics of the world. So that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.